There are moments in life when the path ahead seems unclear, when the weight of uncertainty presses upon your shoulders, and when the horizon appears shrouded in darkness. In such times, it's easy to feel lost, to question the direction of your journey, and to wonder if there's any purpose to the struggles you face. But let me tell you this, you are not alone in your confusion. You are not abandoned in your trials. There is a guiding presence, a force that leads, directs, and sustains. Consider the ancient mariners who navigated vast oceans without the modern tools we take for granted. They relied on the stars, the wind, and their instincts to find their way. Yet, even with all their wisdom, they knew that the journey was fraught with peril. They understood that without a guiding hand, they could easily be lost to the tempests and the tides. In the same way, your life is a voyage. You set sail each day, facing challenges, encountering storms, and seeking your destination. The seas of life are unpredictable, and without guidance, it's easy to drift aimlessly. But there is a compass, a true north that can steer you through the most tumultuous waters. This guiding force is not distant or indifferent. It is intimately involved in your journey, aware of every wave that crashes against your vessel, every gust of wind that threatens to veer you off course. When you are weary, it provides strength. When you are confused, it offers clarity. When you are lost, it shows the way. But here's the challenge. You must trust in this guidance. You must relinquish the illusion of control and surrender to the direction offered. It's not always easy. There will be times when the path seems illogical, when the guidance feels counterintuitive. But remember, the one who guides sees the end from the beginning. What may seem like a detour may be the very route you need to reach your destination. Trusting in this guidance requires faith, a faith that goes beyond mere belief. It's a faith that compels action, that leads you to step forward even when the way is unclear. It's a faith that holds firm in the face of adversity, knowing that the one who guides is faithful and true. There will be times when you question, when doubt creeps in, when the storms rage and the night seems endless. In those moments, remember the times when the guidance was clear, when the path was illuminated, when you felt the presence leading you forward. Hold on to those memories, let them anchor you in the tempest, and know this: the journey is not just about reaching the destination, it's about the transformation that occurs along the way. The challenges you face, the obstacles you overcome, the lessons you learn, all of these shape you, refine you, and prepare you for the purpose you are meant to fulfill. So, when the path is unclear, when the journey seems uncertain, remember that you are being guided. Trust in that guidance, follow it faithfully, and know that you are not alone. The one who guides is with you, leading you to where you need to be. Like sailors navigating treacherous seas, we face trials and uncertainties in life. Without proper direction, it's easy to lose our way. In the midst of confusion and hardship, there is a faithful presence guiding each step, even when the path is dark or unclear. True guidance requires surrendering control and trusting, even when the direction doesn't make sense. Faith is not passive. It compels action and perseverance. The purpose is not just in the destination, but in the transformation that happens along the way through challenges, growth, and obedience to that guidance. Life is a journey that demands guidance. Without it, we are like ships adrift on an endless sea, tossed by every wave, blown by every wind, uncertain of our course. But with guidance, we find our bearings, our purpose, our direction. From the moment we are born, we embark on this journey. We take our first steps, speak our first words, and begin to navigate the world around us. But as we grow, the path becomes more complex. We face choices, some small, some monumental, that shape our destiny. And with each choice, we need guidance. Consider the young child learning to walk. At first, they stumble, fall, and struggle to find their balance. but with encouragement and support, they rise again, and eventually they walk with confidence. This process mirrors our journey through life. We may stumble, fall, and face challenges, but with the right guidance, we can overcome them and move forward. But where does this guidance come from? It comes from many sources. It comes from our experiences, our mentors, our inner convictions. It comes from the lessons we learn along the way, from the wisdom passed down through generations, and from the insights we gain through reflection and introspection. Yet, even with these sources of guidance, we often find ourselves at crossroads, unsure of which path to take. In these moments, we must seek clarity. We must quiet the noise of the world and listen to our hearts, to our conscience, to the still small voice within. For it is in these moments of stillness that true guidance speaks. But guidance is not always easy to follow. It often requires us to step out of our comfort zones, to take risks, to trust in something greater than ourselves. It challenges our fears, our doubts, and our insecurities. But it is through these challenges that we grow, that we become the individuals we are meant to be. Consider the story of a young man who dreams of becoming an artist. He faces criticism, rejection, and self-doubt, but he persists, guided by his passion and the belief that he is meant to create. Through his dedication and resilience, he eventually achieves his dream, not because the journey was easy, but because he was guided by a vision and a purpose. This story illustrates a profound truth. Guidance is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about navigating them with purpose and determination. It is about having a vision, a sense of direction, and the courage to pursue it, even when the road is rough. But guidance also requires humility. It requires us to acknowledge that we do not have all the answers, that we are not in control of everything. It requires us to be open to learning, to growing, to being shaped by experiences and insights. For it is in our humility that we become receptive to true guidance. And as we journey through life, we must remember that we are not alone. We are surrounded by others who are also seeking guidance, who are also navigating their own paths. By supporting one another, by sharing our experiences and wisdom, we can help each other find our way. In the end, life is not about reaching a destination. It is about the journey itself. It is about the lessons we learn, the growth we experience, and the guidance we receive along the way. For it is through this journey that we discover who we truly are and what we are meant to become. So, as you continue on your journey, seek guidance, trust in the process, embrace the challenges, and know that with guidance, you will find your way. In the midst of life's storms, when the winds howl and the waves crash mercilessly against your vessel, you may feel as though you are utterly alone. The world may seem vast and indifferent, and your struggles may appear insurmountable. But let me assure you, you are not alone. In the darkest of nights, when the path ahead is obscured and the future uncertain, there is a presence that walks beside you, a guiding hand that leads you through the tempest. You are not alone in your uncertainty. The very fact that you question, that you seek, that you yearn for meaning and direction, speaks to a deeper truth. You are not abandoned. The human experience is fraught with uncertainty, yet it is also rich with companionship. You are part of a tapestry woven with the threads of countless others who have walked similar paths, faced similar trials, and emerged stronger for having done so. Consider the countless individuals throughout history who have faced overwhelming odds, who have stood on the precipice of despair, and yet have found the strength to persevere. They did not do so alone. They were buoyed by the support of others, by the encouragement of those who had gone before them, and by the unwavering presence that sustains all. Their stories are not mere tales of survival. They are testimonies of the enduring power of companionship in the face of uncertainty. In your own life, you may not always see the faces of those who stand with you. You may not hear their voices or feel their hands upon your shoulder. But know this: you are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, a community of souls who understand your struggles, who empathize with your pain, and who cheer you on as you navigate the tumultuous seas of life. And beyond this earthly fellowship, there is a presence that transcends time and space, a constant companion who never leaves nor forsakes. This presence is not distant or detached. It is intimately acquainted with your griefs and your joys, your doubts and your hopes. In every moment of uncertainty, it is there, walking beside you, guiding you with wisdom and love. You are not alone in your uncertainty. The very fact that you question, that you seek, that you yearn for meaning and direction speaks to a deeper truth. You are not abandoned. The human experience is fraught with uncertainty, yet it is also rich with companionship. You are part of a tapestry woven with the threads of countless others who have walked similar paths, faced similar trials, and emerged stronger for having done so. In your own life, you may not always see the faces of those who stand with you. You may not hear their voices or feel their hands upon your shoulder. But know this: you are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, a community of souls who understand your struggles, who empathize with your pain, and who cheer you on as you navigate the tumultuous seas of life. And beyond this earthly fellowship, there is a presence that transcends time and space, a constant companion who never leaves nor forsakes. This presence is not distant or detached. It is intimately acquainted with your griefs and your joys, your doubts and your hopes. In every moment of uncertainty, it is there, walking beside you, guiding you with wisdom and love. So when the night is darkest and the path unclear, when the weight of uncertainty threatens to overwhelm, remember this: you are not alone. You are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, and you are held by a presence that is steadfast and true. Lean into this fellowship, draw strength from this companionship, and know that you are not alone in your uncertainty. When the storms of life rage and the path ahead is shrouded in darkness, it is trust and faith that serve as the compass guiding us through the uncertainty. Without them, we are like ships adrift on a vast ocean, vulnerable to every wave and gust of wind. But with trust and faith, we find our bearings, our purpose, and our strength. Trust is the foundation upon which relationships are built. It is the belief that others will act in our best interests, that they will be there when we need them, and that they will honor their commitments. Without trust, relationships crumble and communities disband. Trust is essential for cooperation, for understanding, and for love. But trust is not just about others, it is also about ourselves. It is the belief that we are capable, that we can face challenges, and that we can grow. Self-trust empowers us to take risks, to step into the unknown, and to pursue our dreams. Without self-trust, we remain stagnant, held back by doubt and fear. Faith, on the other hand, is the belief in something greater than ourselves. It is the conviction that there is a purpose to our lives, that there is meaning in our struggles, and that there is hope beyond our circumstances. Faith gives us the courage to keep moving forward when the way is unclear, to hold on when we feel like letting go, and to believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Together, trust and faith form a powerful duo. Trust grounds us in the present, anchoring us in reality, while faith propels us into the future, inspiring us to reach for what seems impossible. Trust allows us to take the first step and faith gives us the strength to continue the journey. But trust and faith are not always easy. They require vulnerability, courage, and a willingness to let go of control. They demand that we face our fears, confront our doubts, and embrace uncertainty. But in doing so, we open ourselves to growth, to transformation, and to the possibility of something greater. When we trust and have faith, we are not promised a life free of challenges, but we are promised that we will not face them alone. We are promised that we will be equipped with the strength, wisdom, and resilience to overcome them. We are promised that in the end we will emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. So when the road is rough and the night is long, remember that trust and faith are your companions. They will guide you, sustain you, and lead you to the fulfillment of your purpose. Hold on to them, nurture them, and let them be the light that illuminates your path. The journey you are on is not merely a series of events strung together by time. It is a process of transformation, a refining fire that shapes you into something more than you were before. Every step you take, every challenge you face, and every triumph you experience contributes to the person you are becoming. Consider the process of refining gold. The gold is placed in a furnace, subjected to intense heat, and melted down. Impurities rise to the surface and are skimmed off, leaving behind pure gold. This process is not easy. It is painful and arduous. Yet it is necessary for the gold to reach its full potential. Without the heat of the furnace, the gold remains impure and unrefined. In the same way, the challenges and trials you face are the heat that refines you. They bring to the surface the impurities in your character and force you to confront them. Through this process, you are purified, strengthened, and made more resilient. Without these challenges, you would remain stagnant, unable to grow or develop. But refinement is not just about enduring hardship. It is about learning from it. Each trial you face offers a lesson, an opportunity to grow in wisdom and understanding. The key is to approach these challenges with a teachable spirit, willing to learn and adapt. When you do, you begin to see the purpose in your suffering and the growth that comes from it. This process of transformation is not instantaneous. It takes time. Just as a seed does not become a tree overnight, your growth is gradual and requires patience. There will be times when progress seems slow, when you feel as though you are not moving forward. But remember, growth is happening beneath the surface in ways you cannot always see. Trust in the process. Embrace the journey with all its ups and downs. Know that each step, each challenge, and each triumph is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. And when you look back, you will see how far you have come and how much you have grown. So do not despise the journey. Do not wish for an easier path or a quicker route. Embrace the challenges, learn from them, and allow them to shape you. For it is through the journey that you become who you are meant to be,